Yesu yonna kunywa. Secret 3. What you see is what you get. Secret 3. What you see is what you get. Never stop dreaming. World-class achievers have trained themselves to vision their dream. They see it on the inside long before the world sees it on the outside. One of my very favorite stories about visioning the dream has to do with Walt Disney's window. Whenever they were dedicating Epcot, a reporter went up to Lillian Disney and said to her that it was a shame that Walt wasn't there to see how everything had turned out. She turned to that reporter without any hesitation and replied, "Oh, he saw it, and long before we ever did. What you see in your mind's eye is what you get." And Walt saw Epcot long before it was built and long before anyone else did. A key part of visioning your dreaming is the practice of visualization, and there are a number of well-known examples of the power of visualization. None other than golfing legend Jack Nicklaus is said to have always played a course in his mind before actually beginning a game. In his own words, "I never hit a shot, not even in practice, without having a very sharp, in-focus picture of it in my head. First I see the ball where I want it to finish, nice and white and sitting up high on the bright green grass. Then the skin quickly changes, and I see the ball going there, its path, trajectory, and shape, even its behavior on landing. Then there is a sort of fade out, and the next skin shows me making the kind of swing that will turn the previous images into reality." One night in 1987, Jim Carrey was a 25-year-old struggling comic when he drove his old Toyota up to Mulholland Drive in the Hollywood Hills. Sitting there overlooking the City of Angels and visioning his future, Carrey wrote himself a check for US $10 million. He dated it Thanksgiving 1995 and added the notation, "For acting services rendered." Carrey stuck the check in his wallet and pulled it out often, especially when things hadn't gone quite like he hoped they would. This story has become famous, of course, because Carrey's explosion of brazen optimism turned out to be conservative. By the time 1995 actually rolled around, his rambunctious goofball rose in Ventura, Pet Detective, The Mask, and Dump and Dumper had yielded worldwide grosses of $550 million. And the newly minted superstar's asking price was up to $2 million per picture. Brian Tracy says that all improvement in your life begins with an improvement in your mental pictures. Your mental pictures act as a guidance mechanism that causes you to act in ways that make your mental pictures come true in your life. The law of correspondence says that as within, so without. It says that your outer world tends to be a reflection of your inner world, like a mirror. What you see in the world around you will be constant over time with the world instead you. The law of concentration says that whatever you dwell upon grows in your reality. Those two laws in combination explain much of success and most of failure. The power of visualization. The power of visualization. Successful people are those who continually think about pictures and images of the person they would like to be and the life they would like to lead. Your subconscious mind is extraordinarily powerful, but it is a servant, not a master. Your subconscious mind coordinates every aspect of your thoughts, feelings, behaviors, words, actions, and emotions to fit a pattern consistent with your dominant mental pictures. It guides you to engage in the behavior that move you ever closer to achieving the goals you realize most of the time. Winners hold on to the image of the person they want to become. Neil Armstrong, the first person in history to ever walk on the surface of the moon, had a vision since he was a child. After his historic voyage to the moon and back, he said, "Ever since I was a little boy, I dreamed that I would do something important in aviation." That vision stuck with him for decades, and it led him to accomplish one of the greatest feats in human history. Wama kino tugamba kyagundi like raising children dreams. Omwana olumu abaako ekyo ekiri munda mu ye. Kitegeera nange ekyo nkiwulira kyange kirina ojjalibwa. Agambye nti the business tycoon Conrad Hilton didn't stumble upon the hotel business haphazardly or by mistake. As a boy, he would play a game where he would imagine he was a hotel operator. When he started in the hotel business, he would buy dilapidated and run-down properties and proceed to restore their unforeseen and hidden beauty. He didn't see their present unfavorable conditions. He would see the hotel the building would become after its makeover. He would rebuild them as first-class properties by seeing them as first-class. He would rebuild them as first-class properties by seeing what could be. He turned the dilapidated structure into something valuable to himself, his employees, and his customers. Make sure you are holding onto an image of yourself that you want, and not one that you don't want. Your behavior and performance are almost always consistent with your self-image. When you constantly and consistently hold a new image in your mind, your behaviors and actions will naturally change, helping you create a better you. In your imagination, you don't ever have to fail. Okay. Make winning your habit simply by stimulating winning in your mind's eye. If you make a mistake, imagine completing the task perfectly. Soon, your subconscious will make your mental practice into a reality. Whatever you imagine in your mind is a preview of what will soon be brought about. You have to provide your subconscious with a new image if you want to bring about change. Otherwise, you will automatically refer back to previous programming, and the goal achieving process will unnecessarily require more time. Visualization is a process of forming abstract mental pictures in your mind's eye. You must visualize what you want to happen, the goal you want to reach, and the life you want to be living. Physical sight involves your optic nerve. However, the optic nerve is also directly involved in the visualization process. It's actively participating, just as if you were physically seeing what you are imagining. Your subconscious really does think it's happening. The process of visualization varies from person to person. Some people simply tell themselves in words something they want to occur. Not everyone is able to literally see pictures when they visualize. Use the process in a way that works for you. Simply establish a clearly defined goal. Write it down and dwell on it morning and night. Watch Kenga. Imagine you have already achieved it. Make it as vivid as possible. Add feelings and emotions that you will feel when you accomplish the goal. Your subconscious literally cannot tell the difference between reality and fantasy, truth and a lie. The mind needs specific images, it needs things to direct it. How you direct it is entirely and completely up to you. When you get a goal, give yourself detailed instructions that specify exactly what you want. Then stand back and get out of the way. Take an active role, but also allow your subconscious to do the work with you. Involve as many senses as you can. Include what you would see, what you would smell, what you would taste, what you would feel, what you would hear. Upon performing and accomplishing your goal, really live your goals. The more senses you involve, the more your subconscious will work to make your goal happen. Visualization greatly accelerates the achievement of any success. The act of creating vivid and exciting pictures in your mind activates your mind's creativity. You will notice available resources to help you achieve your goals. These are resources you may not have realized had you not been actively visualizing yourself completing your goals. The people and resources needed to achieve your goals will be attracted to you when you regularly visualize. When you visualize something that you want but don't yet have, a conflict is created between your conscious and subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind actively tries to solve this conflict by helping you to turn your fantasy into reality. The only limitations are those we went up in our own minds. Our limitations are proportionate to our use or lack of use of our imagination. Many of us haven't used our imagination faculties in years, if not decades. It may have become weak, below in action. However, it can easily be however It can easily be revived. This faculty doesn't die, it just becomes weakened. Immediately begin to put your imagination to work. Build a plan to transform your desire into reality. Ideas are critical ingredient of all achievements. Our imagination specializes in creating ideas to help us achieve whatever it is we wish. When you see a thing clearly in your mind's eye, your subconscious immediately takes control. It is far more effective at achieving goals than by conscious effort of effort or willpower alone. The exact same hormones and neurotransmitters are used and realized when you are visualizing and when you are seeing it in reality. You don't have to spend a lot of time visualizing. Just 10 to 15 minutes a day is more than enough time to turn your dreams into reality. Ositegeera, the prominent speaker Azim Jamal recommends what he calls the hour of power. He suggests 20 minutes of visualization and meditation, 20 minutes of exercise, and 20 minutes of reading inspiration books. 20 minutes. If you spend 1 hour a day performing the hour of power, your achievements will skyrocket. Bronze Jenner, who won the gold medal for the Olympic decathlon, tubiveeko tubuuke waawo, is a prime example of how to use visualization for your success. For 2 years prior to winning the gold medal, every day he would imagine winning that gold medal he is so strongly desired. His brain's connections related to performing and winning were enhanced and made stronger. His body's muscles fired in exactly the same way every time, whether he was performing mentally or physically. For 2 years, he imagined winning the gold medal. He ultimately won that gold medal. Another authority that used the process of visualization to his advantage is a professional golfer, Corey Pavin. He would visualize hitting every golf ball at a specific hole occurring in a specific tournament. Remember, the more specific, the better. He maintained conscious control over each shot in his mind. He would hit 1,000 golf balls every day in his mind's eye. He knew that simply physically hitting shot after shot, golf ball after golf ball, day after day would not help him to reach great levels of achievement in the game of golf. Before physically hitting a golf ball, he would visualize exactly where he wanted the golf ball to fall after striking it with his golf club. A scientific study was done to prove the importance and power of visualization in achieving a task. One group of participants visualized shooting basketballs into a basketball net perfectly. Another group of participants visualized shooting baskets into a net perfectly and then physically shoot basketballs into a basketball net. When the two groups both physically performed shooting basketballs, the group that visualized and then practiced did best. However, the group that merely visualized shooting perfect baskets performing within 6/10 of 1% of the other group. They merely visualize what they want to happen and perform almost as well as the group that visualize and physically practice. The statement "practice makes perfect" is not true unless you are visualize practicing. Physical practice alone is not the best way to achieve your goals. Before taking any new action, first visualize yourself completing that action perfectly. Your success at the action will skyrocket. Olympic high driver Drake Louganis reportedly mentally rehearsed each of his dives 40 times immediately prior to the dive. The well-known and respected preacher Billy Graham didn't begin his career by accident. Before the unknown preacher performed in front of live audiences, he preached sermons to cypress stumps in a Florida swamp, imagining a crowd of avid listeners. Soon those audiences of stumps were replaced by audiences of millions of people. Do you think it's a coincidence that these highly successful individuals use visualization on a daily basis? Tukomye wano obudde ndaba buweddeyo, byaliyo bingi. Byaliyo bingi, obudde bwo bugenze. Ebisola bimalayo kati, obudde bugenze. Yabi Wambu. Takoma wali ebisooka kumerawo ewalala. Ti Yesu nga bw'oyagala, era bw'oba okola, kubanga nze ndi bbumba. Yesu gwe mubumbi. Bikoma ngenda ate nkole egya mukama wange. Maama nnyabo.